welcome back, or welcome if you're new to the channel. I am so glad that you tuned in for yet another episode that I know is going to really help you on your journey of being a mother hustler. Wherever you are, if you're a mom, you're balancing your busy lifestyle and raising your kids, then you are considered a mother hustler. And I'm super excited for today's video because this topic actually came to me right as we were closing out our 14-day manifestation challenge inside of the Mother Hustler group. And if you're not a part of that private community on Facebook, you guys definitely join that group. We share so many dope resources and do fun and beneficial events like the manifestation challenge. But there are also so many amazing moms in that group that you should definitely connect with. So the link is below in the description box. Go ahead and click that and sign up and join us. So anyway, back to the topic. This was something that we talked about inside of the manifestation challenge, gratitude and the importance of gratitude. And I was literally doing a gratitude technique, if you will, right? Like I was just feeling a little down, feeling a little, I don't know. Blah, okay? Because it's hard to describe it sometimes, right? Like when everything is going right, but you still are just not feeling happy, you're not feeling yourself, right? And so gratitude, which I shared with them inside of the Mother Hustler group, is a great way for you to immediately be able to shift your energy. It's impossible for you to stay sad while you are giving thanks. And so that's really what I just started to do. Like, thank God, thank Allah for all of the things that I have in my life and all of the things that I have accomplished. Because a lot of times, whether we want to admit it or not, we are literally experiencing some of the things that we prayed for. And I shared with the ladies inside of the manifestation challenge how, I had manifested so many things, like being able to go back to school and graduating from college even after I became a young mom, how I manifested basically my entire career right after college, starting with a major opportunity to produce a web series. Back in the day, that's what they were called, not podcasts or YouTube channels or things like that. And just these amazing opportunities, right? So many great things that I was able to accomplish. And I was really just saying, thank you, God, for answering so many of my prayers. So many of them have already been answered. Thank you so much for that, right? Like, I have to just acknowledge that I am currently living in a lot of experiences that I had once prayed for, to be able to grow my agency, to really be able to be in control of my time. When I first had my son, as a single mom, I struggled a lot with being able to get places because I didn't have a car as a young mom, or being able to balance going to school and raising my son even after I got back into school. And so many different things that I know for a fact God helped me through. And so I wrote down the thing that I am most grateful for right now is that, Allah always shows me that I'm not crazy. And I want to explain what I mean. When I say that, I want to give you guys some tips and tools for how you can use gratitude and some of these other techniques and strategies to be able to tap more into your intuition, use those internal nudges that we all get, and hopefully by the end of this video, all of this will make sense to you. So what I realized, what I wrote down, and I actually started it by saying sometimes, but I realized that it's actually not sometimes. It's literally all the time, every single time. our dreams are the level of normal that we're supposed to be living at. And so, me starting my own business, when I decided that I was going to do that I was going to quit my job once and for all again and start my own business, because I knew I had this internal nudging that I was supposed to be an entrepreneur. I was supposed to run my own business. And this was, the path that my life was supposed to take. There were many people around me who said to me, no way, that's not for you. And, people may not always share your level of normalcy. So, for example, it might be normal for you to go to Starbucks every day and get a cup of coffee. Whereas for me, it's normal for me to make my coffee at home every single day. And I may one day say, I have the desire to now go to Starbucks. I want to be one of the girlies that goes to Starbucks, goes to the drive-thru every single morning and gets her coffee. And there might be people in my reality that mirror to me that say, no way, why would you want to do that? That's a waste of money. You don't have to do that. You can continue to make it at home. Validate reasons, give me valid reasons why I could continue to do it the way I've been doing it, the way that has always been normal. But what I have learned is that our dreams, our goals, right, are actually showing us what should be normal for us. And when we accomplish them, right, when we actually achieve them, we look back at those things in retrospect like, wow, I should have always been doing it this way, right? Like earlier this year, and this myself is a great example. For years, I have wanted to take Pilates, right? And I used to always be like, I dream of being one of those ladies who gets to go to Pilates in the middle of the day. And I've literally owned my own business for 8 years. So, in retrospect, looking back at it, I probably could have found a way to do it at any point in time. But not until this year did I start taking Pilates twice a week, and now it's very normal, right? It's like, oh, this is just a part of my life, right? And so a lot of times this shows up for us as these internal nudgings, these promptings, as I was saying, and we don't know what to do with it all the time. Sometimes it can happen like you get the feeling not to go to a certain place, or you get the feeling that, go home, and then you get home and you realize that you left the pot on the stove, right? So there are so many ways where our intuition nudges us to do certain things, but as women, especially in this very masculine society, it is often taught that we should try to make ourselves kind of operate like men. And the best lesson that I have learned over the past several years of really seeking to find balance in my life and my lifestyle, really seeking to still be productive as a entrepreneur, still accomplish all of my goals, but again, just finding balance, not overworking myself, not struggling the way that I had been taught was normal, right? The best thing that we can do as women to do that is to honor our intuition, develop a relationship with our intuition, and then also honor what is normal for our bodies and the way that we were created. So again, generally when we get this feeling as it relates to our goals, the things that we want to accomplish, the things that we want to do, or whatever it is, these are again promptings from our internal connection with God. And this is exactly what you should be experiencing, right? God is trying to bring you to the level of normalcy that he wants you to be at. Okay. And so I want to talk about how you can improve your connection, because as I said at the beginning of this video, one of the things that I realize I am so grateful for is that God, Allah, always shows me that I'm not crazy. Okay. And even when you have big dreams and big goals, which I'm a person that in my environment, especially as a young person, I always had big dreams and big goals. And I remember many of the people who were older than me, the grown-ups, often telling me like, no, that's the wrong way for you. And this was a skill set that I had to develop very early in life. Ultimately, like, not until recently though do I feel like I'm not faking. Like, now I feel like I truly believe in my own opinion. I value my own opinion, my own feelings, more than I value the opinions and feelings of others. And I do think that it's important to take advice. I don't want nobody in my life that's watching this video to get offended. I think it's very important for us to have advisors around us that will help us to make smart decisions. But I think ultimately, decisions are ours. And I want to see more women live and embrace that power, because I think that that's truly the key to unlocking your dream life, right? Which I'm going to be talking more about in the Design Your Dream Life webinar. So if you haven't already, it's like a virtual vision board party that I'm hosting. So make sure you click the link in the description box to sign up for that event. It is online. And even if you can't attend it live, we will have the replay available. So make sure that you sign up so that you can learn all about what really goes into designing what success is for you. Which, again, I think is about having this connection with your internal promptings, okay? So the number one, two, I actually, before I get into my recommendations for how to improve your connection with your intuition and how to make smart decisions and pursue your dreams and goals, accomplish more, and really develop a relationship with your inner self and with God, is women, you gotta start cycle syncing. When I started cycle syncing, which is basically just monitoring your menstrual cycle, it truly helped me to understand a lot about my internal workings. Okay, I'll just say it that way. And definitely you can go Google. If I find a great video, I'll link it below on what cycle syncing is and how you can incorporate it into your life and your lifestyle. But just that technique alone allowed me to take a lot of the perfectionist ideas that I had on myself, especially when it came to like work levels, discipline, all of those types of things. Because again, we're not men. And a lot of times as women, I know that I was guilty in the past, especially when I thought that the only way to make money was to work a job, like work a 9-to-5 job. And I'm not saying there is anything wrong with that, so please don't come for me in the comments. But what I simply mean is that there are other ways to make money that might be better suited for your personality, your preferences. And you might not be able to experience that today, but you can definitely do some things to alleviate pressure from yourself and get yourself to that place ultimately, right? So set a goal for yourself. So that's the first thing. Cycle syncing is super, super important. It's actually like a bonus tip that I would give you guys. And then now that I've said that, let's get into the next one. And hopefully a lot of young ladies will see this, because I really feel like this is the big sister advice that you need to know, is practicing celibacy is great. Okay, if you are not like seeing someone seriously, and I would even venture to say, engaged, especially if you're a mom and you have one or more children, practicing periods of celibacy and also not sleeping around is super, super important to your emotional stability. Okay, I'm not going to get into all of the details as to why. I just simply want to say, if you want to have a real conversation, please feel free to reach out to me via Instagram or any other social media platform. But, limiting your sexual contact with people who are not on the same vibration as you is important. And I'll just leave it there. Okay. Number 2, pray and meditate daily. I remember saying this years ago to a group of women, and a lot of those women saying to me like, oh my gosh, that's too much. How do you meditate daily? How do you find the time? Now, as an older woman, I would say it is so essential to your success that you make the time. It doesn't have to be a lot of time. It can be 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day. If you are Muslim, you should be praying at least, trying to make your 5 daily prayers, but incorporating a relationship with God and truly understanding that there is nothing that is more important. There is nothing that is more important. That's the end of the sentence. So finding the time, and I don't want to talk much about my revert story in this video of when I decided to become Muslim, and maybe I'll do a video about that one day. But one of the big deciding factors to me was I remember saying to myself, like, I need a schedule for prayer and meditation. Like, Muslims are so lucky they get a schedule. So listen, whatever your beliefs are yours to have. And again, I don't really want to get into that too much in this video, but I do want to say to you that it is so important for you to understand that God is very conscious of you, and your creator loves you. Your creator created you, right? So don't you want to talk to your children every day? I'm just saying. So prayer and meditating every single day. And for me, those are non-negotiables. The third thing is journaling instead of talking to friends. And I don't mean like don't talk to your friends at all. Don't tell them anything about you or anything that's going on. I just mean that especially in high emotional situations, the best thing for you to do is to write down your feelings, your concerns first, even when it comes to big decisions. If you are making a big decision about taking a new job and it might mean that you have to move, write down how you are feeling about this situation and all of your concerns and questions first, so that when other people, because the people who care about you are definitely going to raise valid questions. They're gonna have concerns about you. You're moving away without your family. Is there going to be somebody who can help you with the kids? You're moving away, how far is that? How far is the drive? Is your car reliable? All of these things are valid concerns, but you want to get clear on your core feelings about it before you open it up for discussion with other people. And the other important part of journaling, especially about high emotional situations or big decisions that you may need to make, or even dreams, goals, and desires, is, you also want to take those things to God in prayer and ask Him to show you, facilitate for you, direct you. Because a lot of times what I find in those situations, that the answers often come to me and I don't have to go out seeking the answers. Okay? The fourth tip that I want to give you guys to help embrace your intuition as well as your just feminine nature and really tap into the power of all of these principles that we're talking about is in adopting feminine hobbies. And feminine hobbies, there are a wide variety of things that you can do that suit you, from painting to nature walks, photography, pretty much anything that is creative with your hands that requires you to be present. Gardening, you can learn a new craft, learn how to sew, just embracing that side of you as a hobby, not something that you're doing to generate income or promote or sell. Yes, maybe one day if you become great at it, dance classes or playing an instrument, whatever it is, you may desire to earn money from it. But the real purpose of this is to give yourself an outlet, right? A lot of times what I have found for myself and other highly ambitious, highly motivated women around me is that they don't have a soft outlet where they don't have to be perfect, right? And because you don't have that, it keeps you trapped in this like almost anxious, for lack of a better word, state, because you are constantly worried about being perfect at your job. You have to be highly ambitious. You got to get things done. You got to keep that job. You got to hurry up and get home to get to them kids. You got to make dinner. You got stuff to do. You got to run a tight ship. And you get home, the kids, they gotta be on schedule, especially school is getting ready to start now while I'm recording this video, or maybe has already started for your children, depending on where you live. So there's a lot of pressure to be good, be right, be perfect, and we as women need regular outlets to be able to take that time away from perfection, and just embrace the beauty of a thing. So again, it could be a variety of things. I will tell you guys, I recently picked up sewing, photography, and I paint randomly sometimes. I also have several plants in my home, and so these are just ways that you can have opportunities for you to, again, not be perfect, not always get it right, but just embrace who you are at your core. Anything pretty much creative, comment if you have any ideas down below for other hobbies that women can do to embrace their softer side. And then my fifth and final tip, when it comes to trusting your intuition and also developing that internal connection with yourself and with God, is to just test it out. So test it out by following those small nudges. Test it out by giving yourselves space to manifest small things, right? Like manifest a free coffee, manifest, an orange butterfly. Just different ways to remind yourself of the beauty of life. Follow those small promptings, like I was saying. So if you get a nudge to call someone or take a walk or go to a store, follow those callings and see what happens on the way. Hopefully it'll be all great things. And again, I started this video out by saying, all of this really came to me after I was thanking God for the thing that I am most most appreciative of. I hope I didn't mess up the audio. The thing that I am most appreciative of, which is him always showing me that I'm not crazy, that my dreams were not too big, that it is normal for me to attain or obtain these dreams, goals, and desires that I have, and being able to share that with people like you guys who watch these videos, who share them with your friends and family, who come back to the channel for motivation and inspiration. These are ways that you can do that too, that you can accomplish your goals, that you can live a happier and just more positive, more impactful life, because I know that you want to have an impact. And I'm so glad that you guys come here and allow me to share my experiences with you, and as well as my tips and my resources on how you can implement these things into your life. So I definitely hope that you join us for the Design Your Dream Life webinar. This is like a virtual vision board party where we'll talk about how you can actually start to design and manifest the life of your dreams. And if you haven't already joined the Mother Hustler movement group on Facebook, definitely check out the link in the description box to join that group. We will be bringing back another manifestation challenge in a few weeks, so you definitely want to make sure that you are a part of that. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that this information was helpful for you, and until next time, bye.